Hello everyone, my name behind the camera here is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you to a quick little video I want to present to you here tonight that might eventually turn into a series on my channel, don't know for sure, introducing this picture right here that I worked on for well over a year. I finished it at the tail end of 2019, I started back in like 2018, I took a long freaking break from it because of other drawings and work and life and whatever the heck else. And this drawing right here, you are friends with me on Facebook, or probably friends of, or on the Facebook pages of some of these people, their channels, I probably uploaded it and posted it on those pages. I drew a picture of this. And what is this? Now, I mean, you should know me by now. I love fighting games. And the concept came to me, like, what if there was a fighting game of YouTubers? And since a fighting game would be a video game, what if the roster was video game YouTubers? And I was thinking, oh my god, just imagine like a Marvel vs. Capcom, a Street Fighter, a Tekken, a Mortal Kombat, a Soul Calibur, some sort of fighting game variation, 3-on-3, 2-on-2, 1-on-1, 3D, 2D, whatever the heck else, indie, major, major video game release. If it was a fighting game and it featured gaming YouTubers from throughout YouTube's history. And I finished this picture, and I actually want to finally show it to all of you here on YouTube. And this is what I came up with for a roster for what would essentially be the first game. I would assume they would make this into a series of, this kind of concept. And I might eventually do this as a series. Like, I might draw the pictures fully. I might talk about move sets and music and stuff like that. Like my game design videos that I started with, like Elite Agents 2 well back into like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, and I never completed it, and I never went any further, and I always wanted to go back to my game design videos, like how would I do a certain video game concept, like not actually making the actual game, because I don't really have the knowledge of doing such a thing like that, but drawing fan art, drawing concept art, coming up with ideas and stuff like that for like a story or a move, how characters play, the modes, the main menu, stuff like that. I might eventually get into that, and this may eventually turn into a concept for that. But right now, it's just this piece of artwork. And I want to show you, this is what the roster I feel came up with it. Are there a lot of missing choices? Yes, sure as hell, there really are a lot of missing YouTubers. And I had a pretty tough time narrowing it down to this many because I wanted to kind of keep it reasonable. I was trying to be realistic on the number of characters I think there would be. And I think this is 16 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, it's 12, 16. I'm like, that's fairly realistic for a first game entry because it would be a small idea. It probably wouldn't be anything major until it probably made money and sold well, and then they could add 10, 20 some odd characters and make it like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or 3 or something like that. But this is the roster I came up with. I would like to get your guys' input on that. And let's go through the characters right now. Obviously, you have to have the angry video game nerd. He is like the definitive representative of gaming on YouTube ever since, about 2007? 2006? Yeah, there you go. And I had to have the two Game Grumps, specifically, the newer Game Grumps here. Dan, even though he's more so known, outside of Game Grumps, is known as Danny Sixbang, and he doesn't really do video game stuff outside of Game Grumps. He's represented because of Game Grumps, and obviously Aaron Hansen / Ego Raptor. You have to have him in there because of his animations back in the day, what he did like on Newgrounds, even though that doesn't really impact YouTube, but he did put his animations on YouTube, so it does count. And, Game Grumps being around since frickin' the JonTron days, speaking of which, JonTron's over there. Kadikarus. Awesome YouTube videos, good content, he kind of reviews games and does skits and everything like a lot of other gaming YouTubers, but he is such an interesting personality, and I had to include him. And then, speaking of that, was JonTron for his days in Game Grumps, as well as his game reviews before then, after then, and technically what he's doing nowadays, which, still involve games somewhat, so yeah, there you go. Alpha Omega Sin, slightly the odd man out here. Like, most of these ones are super, super popular, like in the gaming scene. But he's super popular too, but I think for a different reason. And also, he's also one of the people on this roster that more so represents the past than now, because he doesn't really upload on his channel all that much anymore. But it's more so like a classic retro-ish choice on YouTube. And if I have to represent a roster that's supposed to represent YouTube from day one till now in terms of gaming YouTubers, I wanted to include Alpha Omega Sin. He was such an interesting YouTuber to watch. Maximilian Dude, it's a fighting game. So of course I have to actually have a fighting game YouTuber. I have him in there. He would be perfect for this roster. Then Billy and Jay from the Game Chasers will be actually, and if you are a fan of the Game Chasers, eventually on their stuff people sent us, they're going to get a laminated copy of this picture. I made a copy of it, slightly drew over it to kind of darken the lines a little bit. And you'll probably be seeing that on one of theirs upcoming sooner or later in the next couple ones. I haven't sent it out yet, but it's going to come. The Completionist completes games. You have to have him. He is a definitive gaming YouTuber, as is Angry Joe, reviewing games and going all angry about crap. Metal Jesus Rocks, just like Alpha Omega Sin, except he at least still uploads content nowadays and still makes interesting gaming content. We get down here, we have Matt and Wooly from Best Friends Game, Best Friends Play, Best Friends Brawl. I know the group isn't technically together anymore, since, Matt and Pat kind of got, distance from each other, but technically Matt and Wooly still do stuff, and Wooly and Liam still do stuff, and Matt and Liam still do stuff. So besides Pat, they all still technically do stuff. So Best Friends Play is still technically around just without Pat. But I had to include them because they're also gaming, fighting game YouTubers. You gotta have them in there. And then on the sides, Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. One of the major things in gaming on YouTube are Let's Plays. And who's pretty much the two biggest, Let's Play gamers on YouTube? But Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. So there we go. And Markiplier, besides obviously PewDiePie, which obviously is a missing inclusion here, but like I said, numerous characters are missing from it. Numerous YouTubers are missing from this, and I would love to draw on them, and I probably will, like I said, if I make this a concept, maybe I'll make a sequel roster, and I'll draw like 20-some people, or 30-some people for the second and third one. But I dub this, YouTubers United, the battle for clicks, and in my vision, it would be a 2-on-2, like Marvel vs. Capcom style game. Or 3-on-3, but I'd say 2-on-2 is the best choice because there's a lot of like specific two people groups in here, like the Game Chasers, Game Grumps, and Best Friends and whatnot. So, and old Game Grumps for that matter too, and so on and so forth. So yeah, here is my roster. What do you guys think? What YouTubers am I missing? And would you love a concept like this? And would it be interesting to actually see a fighting game about gaming YouTubers? My name is Sniper's Fun. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. And have a lovely day. See you all later. Bye.